Hello, Maz here. How you going? I just want to do a quick summary of what I talk about in fives and sixes, because I refer to fives and sixes in all my videos. All right. So I was taught by my team, my guides, that there are only. They told me to stop judging people, right? Because I did go through a stage like that years ago, like we all do. And so they taught me that there are only two kinds of people in the world. There are people we call fives, and there are people that we call sixes. Okay, so fives are people who just use and live their five senses: hearing, sight, smell, taste, and touch. They tend to live in the physical world. They don't tend to live in they don't believe in souls, don't believe in lessons. They might not even go to church. Sure, they're good people. Some of them are narcissists. You know, they're all that, that physical type of people, materialistic, competitive. They're in the me zone. They're legends in their own lunchboxes, some of them even. Very hard to have conversations with people like that. Excuse me. Then there are people like me, we're sixes. So I have all those senses plus one more. I have the psychic sense, the spiritual sense. I can see, hear, know, spirit are there. It is another sense. So for me, yeah, so that's what I do. So then there are people in the middle, like I call five and a halves. So people who are starting to develop on a spiritual level. See this ruler? You wondered what I had that for, didn't you? So this ruler represents all of spirituality. This is what they showed me. Okay, so if you're a five, or if you know somebody who's a five, they tend to understand this little 1 centimetre here of the whole of spirituality. Okay, if you're a six, or if you're a five and a half, you might understand this much of this whole spiritual universe. I'm a six, so I can probably understand out here. Every now and again I get to hear and I can see a little bit more. I'm shown more by my guides. I've seen some amazing things that I wish I could just upload onto a USB and then put on the computer and put onto YouTube. Now that would make an interesting video. To see the rest of this spiritual universe, we need to die. Okay, so I'm not in a hurry to see that. But anyway, as sixes or as five and a halves, we can understand people who are a five. They can't understand us for the life of them. So if you're clashing with somebody, just stop and go, well, don't let them frustrate you. Don't judge them. That just creates karma. But maybe just work out, are they a five? Are they a 5 1/4? What's frustrating you about them? Is it their lack of tolerance, patience, understanding? And maybe they are the very qualities that you, as a 5 1/4, you've actually got. You've learnt these lessons, so maybe you're in their life to teach them. All right, I hope that helps. If you can look at people from their level. The other thing I tend to do in psychic readings too is I will read your soul level. If you're a 5, you'll be hovering under the 20%. That's how much you're in your soul. That's how much you live on a spiritual level. So you're on a soul level, spiritual level, 20%, but you work as a human, you function as a human 80% most of the time. Probably that 20% is when you're asleep. But if you're a 5 1/2, I like people to know, as well. Like you could be in your soul, 35, 45, 57, 68% of the time. And that's awesome. You're becoming more mindful of living in a spiritual way, which is awesome. You're coming from a place of love. And then the balance of the time you are functioning as a normal human being, which we have to do. But then there are some people, I've met some people. I know there's a lady in a beautiful crystal shop on Willoughby Road at Willoughby, and she would be 98%. Like when I walked in and I met her, it was like me meeting an angel. I've also done that with a reading with a 4-year-old girl. You've heard me talk about the story about Talia. Well, Talia would have been 99% in her soul. She was an awesome spiritual being at the age of 4. Excuse me, and I really feel like I can learn from her. So yeah, so just recapping, 5s are people live in the physical world, 6s are people who live in the spiritual world, 5 1/2s, you're trying to find a balance between both, and you're exploring and doing some window shopping around this, and I talk about window shopping in another video. Hope that helps discern things for you, so that you can continue on your spiritual path. You will, if you're a 5 and above, you will naturally gravitate to people who are 5 and above. People who are below you, say between 5 and 5 1/2, they will be like energy vampires. rise to you. Okay, and that happens on a soul level, doesn't happen on a mind level. Their soul knows that you've got a special something that they want, or they'll try to remove that special something from you because they don't have it and they don't want you to have it either. So they'll suck you dry. So just discern that for yourselves. And if you're a 5.5 and above, just hang out with 6s. Hang out with 5 3/4. You know, find the places where those people go. They are the ones that you'll connect with. As you grow on a spiritual level, you will outgrow 5s. It's a little bit like weeding your garden. You pull the weeds out, all right, so that you can plant flowers. Flowers and 6s, we're flowers. Anybody over 5.5, we're a flower. You know, doesn't mean that the other people are no good. Yeah, they're not. They're still good. They're still great people. You can still be friends with them, but just be aware of the energy forces at play, and enjoy the level that you're at.